inside the Penguin line. Doug Bodger. Lay it off to Roger Belanger and up to Mario Lemieux. Lemieux comes in. Now good lead pass. Here's Belanger in. Belanger shoots one, and that went wide. Up to Belanger. Shooting the puck, and the stop is made by Froese. Loose in front. Well, Belanger has a wicked shot. In fact, Penguin netminder Michel Dion says he has the hardest shot on the team.
Boy, in Pittsburgh tape, Roger Belanger.
Roger Belanger was destined to be a star when he made the NHL in 1984. With his powerful shot and his buzzsaw skating, the 18-year-old center from Welland, Ontario was bound for glory with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
He was a great player. You know, they really were high on him. He was a big, solid guy, a Rick Tocchet type, big upper body, strong, could shoot the puck real hard.
There's not too many guys that were on that ice, and he was 18 years old, his first camp, that had a harder shot than Raj. He'd come down, do a certain spin or a drill, and he'd take a shot, and I would really notice the power of his shot. He'd blow a few by the goalie and would put a big smile on my face.
But the smiles faded quickly for Belanger and his family. By 1988, serious back problems had killed Belanger's career. Neglect then killed his dreams. Today, the name Roger Belanger turns up only in trivia. Who did the Pittsburgh Penguins draft in the first round along with Mario Lemieux and Doug Bodger in 1984? Roger Belanger. Roger who? It'll win you a bet any time.
As far as watching hockey, I really can't, and I can't look back in my scrapbooks. I can't look at the pictures. They just turned me off just because of the way I was treated.
Belanger and his family say he was abandoned. In a $2 million lawsuit filed in Ontario court, they claim the Penguins knew Belanger had a serious back problem, yet sent him out to play for 3 years without proper treatment. That his agent, Don Meehan, left Belanger to fend for himself when those problems threatened his career. And at the NHL Players Association, his union failed to protect his legal rights for damages and compensation. No defenses have yet been filed, and the allegations remain to be proven.
Who knows what I could be doing if I got the proper treatment back then. 10 years, it's almost 10 years now since I've gotten drafted. I could be making $10 million. Who knows?
It isn't just the pain and of the disability that he's suffering. It isn't just the pain that he's got from a back problem or anything like that. There's a mental thing that happens here, and it happens to every athlete, I can assure you. The fact that they can't physically play anymore mentally disturbs them, and it's as bad as the pain they suffer.
Roger Belanger's story is conventional enough. The eldest of 3 children, he grew up playing hockey on a backyard rink in the canal city of Welland.
I believe I was about 3 years old, 4 years old. My dad put me on some skates and gave me a stick, and then that's just from there on. I just kept doing it every day. We didn't have a big yard, but we had enough to build a pond to have some fun. Yeah. And then all the other times we got up very early in the morning to go to the arena to skate and practice before everybody else got there. So.
In hockey-mad Welland, Belanger climbed the ladder of minor hockey with future NHLers such as Adam Creighton. Belanger was the grinder, the unsung hero of 100 fights for the puck. But it wasn't until 1982, the Ontario Hockey League draft of 16-year-olds, that he emerged as a pro prospect. He was chosen by the London Knights.
Here's Belanger. He has a great shot. He scored 5 goals in one game recently against the Peterborough Petes.
And he only had 6 shots that whole.
While his family thought he'd arrived, it wasn't until 2 years later, the year he was eligible for the NHL draft, that Belanger himself believed he had what it took.
I guess when I really realized I had potential was my 1 year in Kingston. I scored 44 goals or so. I almost got 100 points, and then after that I got drafted.
Belanger's big year in Kingston impressed the NHL scouts. He was rated in the top 12 prospects for the 1984 draft by the Hockey News. He also impressed Toronto lawyer Don Meehan of Newport Sports Management, a fledgling agent who went on to represent Belanger and dozens of other top NHLers.
I was new and he was new, and we kind of hit it off, communicating with each other on a phone and just meeting on a one-to-one basis, so I felt comfortable with him.
Pittsburgh, le premier choix de Pittsburgh, number 66, Mario Lemieux.
The 1984 NHL draft is best remembered as the Mario Lemieux draft. The greatest prospect since Wayne Gretzky, Lemieux balked at being drafted #1 overall by the Sad Sack Penguins. who just finished the worst season in their franchise history. Pittsburgh's financial picture was even more precarious. While Lemieux refused to wear the Pittsburgh jersey that June day in the Montreal Forum, Belanger and defenseman Doug Bodger, the other first-round pick of the Penguins, were only too happy to don the black and gold. Bodger was selected 9th, while Belanger was chosen 16th overall.
We, got the picture taken, the hats on, and everything, the old routine. But Mario wouldn't come to the table, and I looked at him. Are you crazy or what? This is the National Hockey League.
They weren't one of my favorite teams, but yeah, like you said, I really wasn't in a position to be fussy and say, no, I don't want to go there. I was just happy that any team picked me up, whether it be Pittsburgh, Montreal, Philadelphia.
He's the type of player we're looking to get into our franchise, Pittsburgh GM Eddie Johnson gushed to the Hockey News. With that endorsement, the cash-strapped Penguins gave Belanger a contract worth $275,000 over 4 years, but only if he stayed in the NHL. He'd earn only a fraction of that if he was sent to the minors.
And I went there expecting him not to do very well because I was thinking, God, Mario Lemieux or whatever. And then I just was so happy inside for him and for me and for my parents because he did so well there. He was fitting in. I couldn't believe it.
In the excitement of that first NHL camp, one body check went by almost unnoticed. It was September 26, 1984, the annual Pittsburgh Black and Gold scrimmage.
I was in the corner, and exhibition games, anything pretty well goes. Everybody's trying to get a spot, and I got hit dirty. A little cross-check involved in that. I was already bent over, and then I just got hit in my lower back, so just basically the shock of the hit and being bent over and not being supported, my body not supporting myself. But right then and there, I just felt a quick pinch, like you were to get pinched by a needle or a sharp pain. That's initially what I felt, and then after that, it gradually got worse.
A simple incident in a long-forgotten exhibition game. Yet its aftermath would haunt Belanger. Within hours, he'd be racked with back pain. Within a few years, his career and his dreams would be finished.